Before we dive into just about anything else with Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 13, one thing has to be said at the front: the end is near. There are only 2 more episodes left of the Paramount Network hit, and after that, who knows what is ahead. Theory time: it would not surprise us if there are already some plans finalized for some sort of extension with Beth and Rip, but nobody wants to talk about it until after this season is over. Based on the end of Episode 12, we do tend to think that the Duttons may feel a bit more stable. Case did his best to threaten one of the lead assassins to steer clear of his family forever, and there's a chance that this worked. However, he is clearly playing with fire, and that is something that could come with some enormous ramifications. We love Luke Grimes' character, but he also may be in over his head. Meanwhile, it's still fair to spend some time actively thinking about the future of the rest of the family. For Jamie, is he really going to be able to run for governor? His entire life is such a mess, and we could imagine that the state would want to steer clear of the family altogether. Meanwhile, the Yellowstone itself has to figure out how in the world it is going to continue with so many different tax issues hovering over its head. There may not be a path forward at all, or at least this is what we are currently contemplating. One way or another, we certainly anticipate some sort of huge cliffhanger heading into the finale in mid-December. It would be as big a shock as anything if that does not happen. Following 12 episode, the folks at Paramount Network gave us a first look at Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 13. What stood out from the promo? Well, for starters, time is of the essence for everyone, and they know it. For Beth and Rip, they are both scrambling to try and figure out if there is a future for the ranch. Cole Hauser's character seems intent that they can rebuild something amidst the larger storm that is coming, but there is no clear solution that offers a path forward. From what we have seen on the show to date, the closest thing to a best-case scenario we've seen is one where Thomas Rainwater ends up owning it and at least preserving a good bit of the land. If nothing else, it is better than whatever market equities could do. As for what else the Episode 13 promo gave away, Case is very much concerned for the future of his family, and for good reason. Given what he decided to do with Grant the Hitman in Episode 12, he has to be worried about retaliation. It is possible that Case's warnings will be heeded and he will go away, but is that a sure thing? It is by far one of the boldest decisions we've ever seen that character make. Elsewhere, rest assured that the conflict between Jamie and Beth is reaching a peak, and we certainly think that it is going to remain complicated. This is a really tough story to figure out for a number of different reasons, with the biggest one being that Jamie knows literally where the bodies are buried. You can argue that his death may be the only way to ensure that the secrets stay buried, but he's got to be aware that he could be killed at any moment, right? What are you most interested in seeing moving into Yellowstone Season 5, Episode 13? Go ahead and let us know now in the comments below. Once you do just that, remember to also come back to get some more updates. Is Denham Richards leaving Yellowstone following the events of Sunday Season 5, Episode 12? Is Colby Mayfield actually dead? We'll be honest here from the start that entering this episode titled Counting Coop, our guard was down severely. The Paramount Network series had already killed off John Dutton and Sarah Atwood within the fast few episodes. By virtue of that, the last thing we anticipated was that someone else would be taken out of the fold. Within the first half of tonight's installment, we were unfortunately proven wrong. If you are frustrated by Colby's death, we more than understand. You have every reason to be, largely because it felt so needless. Why did Taylor Sheridan need to take the character out of commission at this point? Story-wise, you can understand how we got here, mostly because Carter clearly tried to overcompensate for his position at the ranch, especially following John's death, by getting into a pen alongside a horse that was far too dangerous for him to handle on his own. Colby ended up rushing to his rescue and tragically paying the price for it. All of this was to show Carter's recklessness in the moment, but also serve as a reminder that the life of a ranch hand is far from glamorous. Sure, the bunkhouse has felt like a really fun place to be at times, but this is dangerous work. One wrong move and one of these horses can kill you. Colby's death is heartbreaking on so many levels. For starters, Richards was outstanding in the part. Also, we loved his relationship with Teeter. It felt like there could have been such a hopeful future for these two, and now, almost everything is up in the air.